What up, world? You're hanging with Essenex. I'm Mr. Sticks.
Cool Young Lou. Follow me on Twitter.
Do it. Basically, who we are, if you guys already know, Essenex, Sticks, and Xavier. Whatever. We're, I wouldn't say movie buffs, per se.
Yeah, I would say movie buff. Why not, man? We'll call it movie buff. Yeah. Movie buffs.
We both have our blogs. I do reviews. He does reviews too. Team Stark Mad. Sticks Exclusive blog. You know what it is. Follow them. We are reviewing Skyfall today. A new James Bond movie that just came out. Breaking records left, right, and center. Let's get right into it. Start off with you.
I have to say Adele is amazing. She did an amazing job on that song. I know it's kind of random and kind of like off topic from the movie itself, but
It relates to the movie.
That's true. Considering the last one, I believe, was Alicia Keys and that guy from White Stripes.
Really?
Yeah, it was.
I didn't even watch Quantum of Solace. My mom told me it was trash, and I watched 20 minutes of it. I was like, yawn.
Honestly, when it comes to James Bond movies, I remember Pierce Brosnan, and that's it.
Because that's what we grew up on, right?
Yeah.
Okay, look, we're from 89, 88, 87, whatever, that 90s generation. All we knew was Pierce Brosnan. You know, like GoldenEye, The World Is Not Enough.
Die Another Day.
Die Another Day.
That's all I remember.
Yeah, see, like, we remember Halle Berry.
Yes! Halle Berry. Forget everything else. It's Halle Berry.
Halle Berry. I remember when the new James Bonds were coming out and they casted Daniel Craig. And they were just like, oh, I don't know if he's going to work or anything else. But people who saw, like, Layer Cake and everything else, you can kind of see that he could be that spy. You know, a lot of people thought that it was going to be a black Bond like Idris Elba. I think that's.
I don't think that's the way to go in any way, shape, or form.
Because Bond's always been white for 50 years.
You can't. I'm sorry. There's no like. The only way you explain that Idris Elba works is that James Bond is just an alias, and if you put him as just an alias, everything from that just kind of crumbles. You know what I mean? The reason why James Bond is cool is because he was already a person who grew up from whatever, and that's what Skyfall is also about in a way. Is that
it dives right into his personal that we don't really know about.
Because Skyfall is apparently a place in, like, I think Scotland,
yeah.
And I think that is also a part that Sean Connery, I believe, is Scottish.
Well, Skyfall was the name of the orphanage like he was at.
Was it an orphanage?
Yeah, I think it was an orphanage.
Well, there you go.
Or something like that, because remember, and then there was the burial grounds where his parents were at the church that was just over there. So I think that was just a house for all, like, I don't know what it is, but remember, that guy who was in that older guy who had all the guns and stuff, or just the one. I thought was really funny.
Yeah, two. He had a shot-off shotgun and some kind of long rifle-looking thing.
And then a knife.
Yes, and then a knife. When things get dirty, use a knife.
Oh, yeah, spoiler alert.
Yeah, apologize about that. That's going to happen. If we do more of these, it's going to happen. Sorry. Get used to it. Go watch the movie, damn it. There's the cinematography in that movie, especially when they get to, like, that part of the story where they go to Scotland. It's freaking amazing. Like, I want to go travel to Europe and just hit, like, the remote location parts of it. Like, I'll go to Iceland. Is Iceland part of, or is Iceland the warm one?
It's Europe. Like, nah, it's off of Scandinavia, north. Off of, like, Sweden.
I didn't even know Scandinavia was an actual word. No, I'm joking. I did. But, the things that were just in the movie for, like, the cinematography and everything, it was a really well done movie. Like, even when he's on the boat, whatever, and he's entering the dragon, that's such a badass moment. Like, I don't exactly know what it is to actually symbolize what that meant, because
the dragon, into the belly of the beast. Remember, that's when he was first. That's when he was going to that casino with the chip, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And then that's when he met the girl and everything else. So kind of tied into that, into the belly of the beast. You can right into the hardcore.
Okay, about. I can get that. Yeah.
What do you know about? Like, what do you know about fear and all this other stuff? So that's really. And then remember, Komodo dragons were in there.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Woo!
Yeah. But yo,
R.I.P. to that Chinese man.
Yeah. I have one flaw with that one scene though. It's probably the biggest flaw I have in the entire movie.
CGI?
No, not even that. Q is the guy who makes all of Bond's gadgets and cars and blah blah blah, blah, right?
Quartermaster.
Yes, Quartermaster. And I should not do the British accent. Don't mean to. And I was just like, okay, like, you realize that you give this guy a gun that has like what is it? Like a fingerprint sensor thingamajiggy?
A palm sensor.
Yeah. He walks away from the gun. After everything's said and done, he, like, at the Komodo dragon lair or whatever, the gun falls because the guy picks it up and he doesn't really use it or anything.
I thought he picked it up and then jumped on the ground.
He walked away from the gun. It which makes no sense to me. Like, yo, Bond, that's like your house keys. You don't leave your house keys anywhere because you can't get back in your house.
And he was supposed to bring it back in One Piece, as Q did say.
Well, he never brings anything back in One Piece. I attempted to watch a few of the Bond movies, like from like way back when, and I'll tell you this now: Doctor No, and the one after that, I think is like On Her Majesty's. No, that's a different one. Those two movies are probably the most boring Bond movies you could ever watch. Period. Ever.
There's like 150 of them, man. God damn. 50 years of Bond movies. That's a long time. But the thing that is actually pretty interesting, the fact that they stretched 4 years between this movie and Quantum of Solace. I didn't know it was 4 years. I thought it was like a completely different entity in itself. But even still combining, like you still had the other characters and everything from over there, so it remained consistent. As far as story-wise, I thought it was completely different because, it, like we said, it went more into his personal, like, we got more of a background sense of him, whatever. How I look at Bourne Ultimatum, remember when he's basically in his last phase, is going through the notions, like, okay, this is who I am, this is how I began, and whatever. When he's like, where are we going? He's like, back in time. When he said to M when he kidnapped her. It was more of that kind of storytelling and not kind of bringing it together. That's why, like, you got a real feel to it. It's definitely more emotional than the other ones that we've seen from before.
Other Bond movies have typically always been, this is how the stereotype has kind of been built on Bond movies and spy movies in general, they've always kind of been about world domination, right? So this one felt more like it was a personal, I hate you particularly, Bond and M kind of thing because of the villain. I don't remember the guy's actual name as the actor.
Javier Bardem.
Him. If there was ever supposed to be like another Joker Batman movie, I would put him as the first person to be up for it. There's a Joker smile that a lot of people have, but he has it in this like this weird Tim Sale drawing kind of way where it's like a big long kind of smile, and it's like, I am actually kind of afraid of you. The way like he just acts, like he's this weird funny way of doing things. You know what I mean? And he had it in such a commanding but loose way of doing it.
Still evil. When you think about the Dark Knight and the Joker and his character, he wasn't about money. He wasn't about like whatever. He was all about spreading chaos.
Yes.
Right? He did that the old school way.
Yes.
Just guns, knives, blow shit up.
Yes.
Right?
For no reason.
Now Bardem's character, he went about it in a maniacal way as well. But at the same time, he was more technological. The guy lived on a deserted island with no one in it, and it was practically bombed up to pieces.
I really want to know what that place was, by the way.
It's in Japan. I looked it up.
Really?
It's called...
that's where they dropped the atom bomb, isn't it?
Battleship Island. Yeah. It's off the coast of Japan. I looked it up.
Battleship Island?
Yes. Swear to God.
Hasbro doesn't have rights for that?
Joker, he wanted to be caught because he wanted to, like manipulate the cops from the inside, break out, and do what he had to do. He wanted to get caught. He broke out from the inside, too, because he hacked the system.
That's true.
Joker, he planted a cell phone in the guy's stomach and blew it up. Oh, remember that? Yeah. Exactly. And basically, and the same thing, like, the Joker, when he came out, he, like, riding around in the police car as well. When Javier came out, he was in a police uniform, like when he had to break out and everything else. So you can kind of see that similarities, and I don't know if that was the director was kind of going after, but that probably went over a lot of people's heads. Mm-hmm. The way that his character went about it, just like he kind of had that like maniacal laugh too, like kind of like how the Joker had as well. So it was really interesting how they took that approach, and I think like combining that with the action and having a good story and everything else as well, like it all really tied together. It's one of the best of the year.
I would agree with that statement. I don't really think it's the best Bond movie ever, because like if you look at it, Bond, because he's been around for so long, you have to have like one of the stereotypical Bond movies as one of the best ones ever, because without that, there's no real Bond if you think about it. You know what I mean? Like,
there weren't a lot of gadgets in this one as compared to like the other one. That's what he's known for.
But Bond, since Daniel Craig, there's been a lot more of a gritty, more hands-on kind of feel Bond versus like a whole, let's have like a crazy helicopter jetpack come out of my left butt cheek, as Tyrese would say, or something. You know what I mean? I'm making things up. Yeah, there wasn't anything like that. So I like that part of it, because it did bring it kind of like home and kind of like, you know, give it to the whole. Because what happens at the end of the movie, if you watch Dr. No and you watch this movie, you'll kind of see how it gels together, because since Daniel Craig, these have all been prequels to my understanding anyway. There are also reasons why Bond's so cool as a storyteller or as a story itself because you have the storied history with it. You know what I mean? It doesn't just come and be like, oh yeah, this is Bond or whatever. You know, he's badass because his name is Bond. No, he has a history that brings it up with him. So I don't think it's fair to say this is the best Bond movie. I think this is probably the best Bond movie in recent years, especially in comparison to the last one. But to say it's the best one that's ever been done in the 50-year history, no. This movie, I just like the fact that it brings everything back home. It brings this cool sense that this is how we're going to continue the story now. I think now with these movies, they shouldn't try to continue it. They should just kind of make their own versions of their movies. Not necessarily remake them, but do like another kind of Dr. No, but call it something else, but have like a reference in the movie saying, oh no, that's Dr. No or something.
Daniel Craig signed on for 2 more.
Yeah.
Bond 24 and 25.
Yeah.
How do we feel about M?
I was sad to see her go.
I was too.
It's fucking
M's,
I think she's been M since Brosnan's era of Bond movies. So like when she died, even though it was kind of tacky in a weird way, I was kind of like, why you gotta be M for it? Why M? She ain't do nothing to nobody besides maybe screw some people over, but she ain't do nothing to nobody.
With the traditional Bond movies, there's Bond. It's all about the nemesis, the gadgets, and the Bond girls. Was there really? Could you say a Bond girl in this one?
If it wasn't the black girl,
that's what I was
Pirates of the
thinking,
Caribbean who played Calypso, yeah, she did a major difference. That was her. I was surprised that's her. Every time I see her in a different movie, I'm like, that's her? She's hot. It's weird because it wasn't like a typical Bond girl. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she wasn't entirely out there in the trenches with them.
She wasn't the sex symbol.
Or that, you know what I mean? Like, she almost killed Bond. She just tripped me out.
And then that Asian girl, like, she was there for literally like 2 seconds, and then she got shot. I was like,
what Asian girl? You mean she wasn't Asian, she was some kind of Eastern European or
whatever, man. She was in Asia at the time.
That's true.
But yeah, she could have been like Eastern European or something, but yeah.
She really didn't have a point of the story. Like she has a point in a way because
she's the medium. She's the medium between.
She's the middleman or middle woman, chick, lady, person.
Yeah. It's gonna be one of those movies that a lot of people are gonna watch for a while.
I will say this: people are saying it's worthy of an Oscar movie. They also said that about Dark Knight Rises, and it's not.
They will never nominate action movies.
If anyone's gonna get nominated for Best Picture or Best anything out of that movie, it's gonna be the villain, the
Javier Bardem.
That guy.
Not Daniel Craig.
I never really liked him as Bond. I don't think that he's a horrible Bond. I just don't think he is a good Bond either. Yeah, like I don't think it's worthy of it being called an Oscar-worthy movie. As good as it is, it's not that great.
It's entertaining.
Classic. Exactly.
But it's not memorable. One of those movies is like, oh yeah, looking back in movie history.
Yeah.
This is that pivotal movie. No.
It's not. It's almost like a transporter Bond movie in a way.
I can see that.
But you know what I mean? Like Bond is a cool movie. It's worth watching. It's worth probably even owning, especially if we have the other previous Bond movies to get.
Yes.
I out of 5, I give it a solid 3.
I give it a 4.
There you go.
Yeah, I give it a 4. So that's it from us. That's just our opinion, our reviews of it. You can read our reviews, like if anything that we missed.
His review. I'm busy doing stuff. I posted it, but his review.
You know, it's there. So. For now, we'll keep you updated. We'll try to do this more often. We haven't done this in a while. It's probably been like a year or so.
Yeah.
So.
Usually I have 2 sunglasses on. I just got one. Sorry, folks.
Extra. For no reason.
Maybe next time I'll do something crazy. I'll probably coming out of the show and have like different shirts on or something like that. I do some random stuff at times. I'm funny that way.
Alright. So for now, we're out of here. That's my word and it sticks.
May the force be with you and enjoy your week. I don't have a slogan like he does. His is all fancy and stuff.
It's not.
It's fancy.
No, it's not. Whatever.
It's expensive.
Peace.